governor left you with the impression that expansion was on the table? Under certain circumstances, that expansion of Medicaid could be on the table in this session.
I don't want to say that. I think what I want to say is that the governor has clearly set a list of priorities. Right to work is one of the highest priorities that he has and that he's interested in. Medicaid expansion is not. And so I think that the conversation of what someone might do to get right to work in terms of the context of Medicaid expansion would certainly require more than a 5-minute conversation.
Why is right to work so important if it is in fact on the table as a trade-off for Medicaid expansion, which I understand what you just said, but I mean, why is that such an important issue for Republicans in your meeting?
Well, I mean, I know the conferences that I'm going to nationally, and when you're talking about the job growth that's going on in this country, particularly down in the southeast and out in the Midwest, you look at the states of where these jobs are being created, where these companies are moving, it's states where they have right to work. And it's just a fact that these opportunities for companies to go in where there's lower taxes and where there's right to work, that's where these jobs are going. And the fear, I think, in terms of the law, in some senses, you're creating a country where you have the Northeast, where you have, a significant union participation, you have higher cost in many ways than down in the Southeast. And how do you compete with that? Adding on to that the cost of electricity. And so what can we do to continue to attract jobs here, not only to Maine, but maybe even the Northeast, instead of going down to the Southwest?
Right to work's not on the table either. It sounds like you're making it sound like that's in the debate. This is every meeting I've been in, and I'm with all the meetings that he's in. Right to work's not on the table, nor has that ever been offered up, nor has that even been part of the equation here. That's just something that, I think happened in the hallway one time as a joke, but I have not heard it. So.
Well, the House Minority Leader said earlier that he'd been in conversations with Democrats and the governor where both of those things were talked about. Yeah,
where I heard the governor one time say it as a trade-off, and everyone laughed. It was it's not something that has legitimately been on the table. It's like
Democrats have been pretty, I guess I would say, entrenched on opposing that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of times here in the hallways and byways of the state capitol, a lot of times somebody will kind of off the cuff throw something out there and see what the reaction is going to be. Kind of testing the waters, if I can use that term. And that may be what is happening in this case.